The place to be is John J. McMahon Gym, as tonight Coach Carter Abey and the Seton Catholic men's basketball team takes on three-time defending state champion Valley Christian. Tremendous hoops, part of the new 3A Central Region right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Good evening, everyone. I'm Joe Pequeno. So glad you can join us, and Happy New Year to all of you out there. Well, Coach Carter Abey and the Sentinels are putting the loss to Florence behind them. A 5-point loss in which they lost opportunities underneath the basket. Several close-range buckets they could not make as they end up losing 57-52, losing their conference opener. KJ Fauski with 13, and Morris, the young gun, the freshman, with 13 as well. Now tonight the squad takes on a Valley Christian team, a record of 11-3. Colby Jessup knocking down 21, and Kyle and Carson Greer combining for 36 and 16. The Sentinels are going to need some big points down in the post from Mr. Steele, and a big opportunity for the Sentinels to knock off one of the best teams in the state of Arizona. A big-time matchup. It's the Ray Road rivalry on a Friday night at John J. McMahon Gym. The opening tip, lineups, and more coming up right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Happy Friday, everyone. We hope your work week and your personal lives were all good, but tonight it's all about high school hoops. The three-time defending 3A champions rolling into Seton Catholic, a matchup of the Trojans and Sentinels. Of course, the Sentinels need a big game from sharpshooter KJ Fauski. He needs to get hot early, and Brock Steele has got to be a dominating force down in the post. Sentinels opening league with Monday's home loss to Florence, 57-52. And as we mentioned off the top of the telecast, Sentinels missed a lot of easy bunnies underneath that could have swung the game in their favor. The 11-3 Trojans have won 3 straight. They are coming off a Tuesday 98-53 home win over Globe. Sorry, had a cough. Trojans average 70 points. They shoot 54%, 38% from 3, 70% from the line with 33 rebounds, 15 assists, 6 steals, and 1 block. Sentinels average 52 points, shoot 45%, 28% from 3, 64% from the line, 27 rebounds, 10 assists, 7 steals, and 2 blocks. Sentinels led by second-year coach Carter Abey. Going to confirm that. Time flies, could be a third year. And the Trojans led by the veteran, Greg Hagsma. What an incredible run the Trojans are on. Last year, Valley Christian beat Gilbert Christian in the 3A finals 81-65. 2023, VC beat Monument Valley in the finals 65-44. In 2022, Trojans knocked off Coolidge 61-56 in the 3A finals. I called that game downtown Phoenix. Of course, the Sentinels lost in a playing game to Bradshaw Mountain last year 67-65, so here they are. New rivals set to start a new era for both squads. This is the first meeting between these two teams since 2006. Sentinels lost 76-58, and according to Max Preps, which started roughly in 2005 or so, 2004, Sentinels are winless against the Trojans, going 0-4. Looking at the Sentinels, KJ Fowski leads the way, putting up 12 points. Junior Brock Steele adds 8 and 5. The Sentinels getting valuable contributions from Dylan Alvarez. Freshman Ashton Reese and Ryan Morris are getting better every single contest. Sentinels have won 5 of the last 7. Valley Christian getting 21 points a game from Jessup. He has made 55 threes, shooting 49% from long range. The Greer brothers of Kyle and Carson combined for 31 and 16. Junior Paxton Tamlin doing a nice job with 8 and 5. Actually putting up 8 points, and senior Caleb Danzazine. And I'm going to confirm that proper pronunciation, adding 8 and 5. Looking at the 3A Central Region, Valley Christian 3-0, 11-3 overall. Coolidge 1-0, 15-3. Florence 1-0, 15-0. Seton 0-1, 10-9. Apache Junction 0-2, 6-12. Globe 0-2, 13-7 overall. Your starters for the Sentinels. Number 0, Dylan Alvarez. Number 3, Ryan Morse. Number 4, KJ Fowski. Number 10, Brock Steele. Number 23, Ashton Reese. On the other side for VC. Number 2, Colby Jessup, the junior. Number 3, Jackson Maxey. Number 5, Carson Greer. Number 22, Caleb Danzazine. And number 44, Kyle Greer. We'll get some more information on the refs, pronunciations, more to come from John J. McMahon. Jim.
Gymnasium, home of your Seton Catholic Sentinels. Tonight we welcome the Trojans of Valley Christian High School. Valley Christian and Seton Catholic are members of the Arizona Interscholastic Association and abide by the rules and regulations as set forth by the association to maintain high standards of conduct, competition, and relations with member schools. Tonight's teams are friendly rivals playing a game representing their school. We remind you that good sportsmanship is an individual responsibility. Spectator or player behavior should be courteous and reflect the spirit of good sportsmanship. We ask you to cheer for your team and show respect towards your school, the opponents, and game officials. At this time, we ask you to rise and remove your hats for the prayer and national anthem. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, thank you for the many opportunities you have given us. Thank you for this time to gather in the spirit of competition. Please help these athletes and officials perform to the best of their abilities and keep them free from injury. Stay with us to Seton. Pray for us. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
So we are closing in on tip-off between these two Chandler rivals. Of course, these are all part of the new 3A Central Region standings. And right now, you're getting a good look at Valley Christian. Of course, it starts with Colby Jessup, who can just flat out knock it down. Jackson Maxey. Carson Greer putting up some big numbers. And that is Caleb Danzizen. And Kyle Greer. Now the Sentinels. So the proper pronunciation, Caleb Danzizen. And of course, Kyle Greer, now the Sentinels on the other side. Starters. And they got to come up big. Dylan Alvarez, Ryan Morris, KJ Fauski, Brock Steele, and Ashton Reese. These two teams haven't played since 2006. Back then, I'm trying to think of historical importance. I'll try to come up with something witty. Usually pretty good with some things like that. Lost for words. Sentinels in the home white and red. VC in the visiting black and blue. And we tip this off. And VC pulls it down. And they'll work the point with Carson Greer. 6'8" senior, got a lot of length. And Morris right on him top. They go back door, and that was easy on finding Colby Jessup on the easy pass inside. Fauski tries to beat the press and does that. Dylan Alvarez. Alvarez kicks it out. Morris outside. Morris is long. Pulled down by Carson Greer. Greer fires it over. Dan Ziesen will light it up from the outside. That's off the mark. Sentinels pull it down. Good box out by Ashton Reese. Alvarez kicks it out. Fauski lets it fly. Fauski off the iron. Greer works it out. Jessup will let it fly. Jessup off the mark. Helter skelter pace. Alvarez rips it down the court. Brock Steele, and Steele with the kiss. And we are knotted at 2. Tremendous energy in this building. Of course, Valley Christian a short distance away, right up Ray Road. And a little turnaround by Carson Greer. Plenty of skill in that toolbox. 4-2 lead for VC. And Greer on the receiving end. Dan Ziesen with the kiss. And that was a pretty move by the senior. A 6-2 Valley Christian lead. Morris on the other end, and Morris big time from 3. And the Sentinels answering. 6-5 Valley Christian. Taken away by Alvarez. Fauski in the backcourt secures it. KJ rips it over. Alvarez, little floater. Alvarez gets in a drop. And the Sentinels with the 1-point lead. And then we get a timeout on the floor on this undersized Sentinels bench. And Sentinels starting unit feeling loud, proud, and strong on home turf. And the student body, they've got Freddie the Flamingo, and Freddie is here. And by the way, we've got Freddie the Flamingo, a blow-up version. All we need is someone someone to kind of run it through. If we can get a student to kind of walk around, you'll see a blow-up Freddie the Flamingo. We do it all here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Of course, tonight, Karen Self going for win 832 to tie Webster Miners' all-time Arizona women's high school basketball career mark, as the ladies are at Valley Christian. We'll get an update as one presents itself. Here we are, Valley Christian off the inbounds. Jessup, and this is a young man who can light it up from the outside. Dan Ziesen up top, swings it over. And we got a foul. Or instead we have a clock change as we take a look at the bench. Your referees tonight, you're looking at David Alvarez, Johnny Price, and Pat Wachowski. A veteran crew, and you would expect nothing less on a Friday night from Seton Catholic. The best refs putting on the best performances in a marquee game in the 3A Central region. Valley Christian, of course, 3-time defending 3A champions. Seton would love an early season upset to kind of jumpstart their conference start. The knockdown in the post. And they're going to call a foul on Ryan Morris. Non-shooting as Morris made the contact on Greer before the shot went up off the inbounds. Greer goes up top. Jessup. And Jessup can knock it down from 3. He's in the lane. Little Euro. And Jessup gets fouled. Looks like the call will go against the freshman, Ashton Reese. So we talk about the year Jessup is having, putting up 21, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. And just having a tremendous year from the field. Shooting 47% and knocks down both free throws. An 82% free throw shooter. An 8-7 Valley Christian lead. Morris up top. Swings it outside, Fauski. Lights it up, off the mark. Dan Ziesen with the rebound. Worked outside. Jessup swings it over the corner. Kyle Greer. Greer can also do some damage, and he's got a body on him in Fauski. Greer methodically works his way, gets his own rebound. Dan Ziesen going in. Swings it outside, back to Greer, and Greer with the elbow. Knocks it down. Great ball movement by Valley Christian. Alvarez almost lost the handle, and that's going to be a reach-in against Asher Hansel. That'll be his first. First team foul for the Trojans as Morris will inbound it. And worked in that corner, just a little too out of the perimeter for Dylan Alvarez to handle. 4:21 left in the first. So glad you can join us. Happy Friday to the Sentinels Nation out there. So glad you can join us from John J. McMahon Gym, Joe Pequeno on the call. Jessup working the top of the perimeter. And Jessup smooth and silky to the rack. Jessup now with 6 points, 13-7 VC. And the Sentinels in dire need of a basket as Fauski is getting harassed by Carson Greer. Brock Steele works it outside. Ashton Reese gets it to Alvarez. Alvarez with Greer on him. 15 on the shot clock. Alvarez tosses it up, won't go. The rebound, Jessup, middle of the floor. Jessup will stop, pop, and that is off the mark. Picked up by Greer. Carson, that is. Underneath, goes back up, and Greer, point blank. And the lead is 15-7, Valley Christian. KJ Fauski has yet to get untracked. Swings it out, Steele from long range. And Brock Steele hits the triple. And we got a 30-second timeout. 15-10, Valley Christian. They'll take 30, we'll take 25. (15-10), 3 and change left in the first. Jessup off to a quick start. Down low, and that's going to be an offensive foul against Carson Greer. Greer just a little bit too much of that elbow to try to get some position down in the post. 2:59, very exciting first period. Fauski picked up by Dan Ziesen. KJ yet to get untracked. Valley Christian playing a lot of tight man-to-man defense. Brock Steele, Alvarez, elbow. Alvarez off the front. Swings it over Dan Ziesen. Transition, works it up top. Jessup back to Dan Ziesen. He'll let it fly from 3. That rolls in and out. Fauski rips it away. Jackson Maxey outworked by KJ. KJ up top. KJ swings it over Morris. Morris, Brock Steele. Steele, little spin, swings it. Ashton Reese, back to Brock Steele. 15 on the shot clock. Steele up top. Fauski will let it go. Fauski can't connect. And Fauski will get another opportunity. And Fauski buries it. KJ. 15-13. Jessup directing traffic. Worked over Carson Greer. Fauski tight on Greer, and Fauski will pick up the ticky-tack foul. And you love to see KJ be aggressive, but along the way, also don't pick up those ticky-tack fouls that at the end of the game he's not in because he's bordering on fouling out. Worked in the corner, shot is up, and the shot is in and out. Ashton Reese working hard underneath. Out on Ashton Reese as he was trying to outwork Jackson Maxey. $1:37 left in the first. Carson Greer off the inbounds. Reese trying to front that is Dan Deason. Off the top. Carson Greer off the inbounds. The referees are straightening everything out now. It's David Alvarez having a talk with Greg Hagsma, the veteran coach of VC. So the referee's in order, the shot clock is in order. Off the inbounds, Greer inside, and that's banked. Point blank look for Kyle Greer, brother to brother, 17-13. Fauski gets the high screen from Brock Steele. Now it's Greer on Fauski. KJ puts it on the deck. Alvarez, elbow. Alvarez a little long. Dan Ziesen, open floor. Greer. And Maxey draws the contact, elevating, and will shoot a pair. Alvarez getting back defensively. And great hustle as Maxey goes the line. Maxey, a 50% free throw shooter. Misses on the second, 18-13. Fauski lets it go. Fauski, a little strong on the back end. Dan Ziesen another rebound. Jessup swung around, long range. That is in and out. Maxey is there. Maxey tries to clean it up. And how about number 15, Jack Toyne stepping up. Toyne in as well as Damian Howard. Number 24. Morris swings it on the top of the key. Works it to Fauski. Fauski, couple dribbles. Pulls it back out. 18 in the shot clock. Howard into the lane. Toyne down low. Toyne. And Toyne draws the contact. Foul will go against Kyle Greer. His first. 13 points for the Sentinels. Chasing 5. Toyne at the line. And Toyne misses on the first. Sentinels collectively at the free throw line. Got to really come through with these opportunities, showing 64%. And Toyne misses on both. And another opportunity for the Sentinels. Toyn, a 52% free throw shooter, but the Sentinels get another chance.
Run three all the way through.
Morris off the inbounds. Steele on the high post. They work it to KJ. And that is
Sideline, get it in. Just get
knocked
it in.
away. Sentinels can play for the last shot. 22.5 seconds left in the first.
Get it in.
KJ surveying. Swings it to Morris. Morris works it inside. Brock Steele bangs it in. 18-15. Steele off to a good start. Jessup up top. Jessup swings it in the corner. Dan Ziesen swings it up top. Worked outside. Dan Ziesen fires it up. Strong, and that is the way the first period will end. A slugfest back and forth with Valley Christian with an 18-15 advantage. Colby Jessup leading the way with 6 points. And for the Sentinels, Brock Steele has got 5 points. A back and forth affair, and this place is packed. Valley Christian bringing their fan base from the western point of Chandler Road. And of course, Seton. The young guns, the youngsters, all decked out in black on the other side. Powell Hutchinson, once again, cameras everywhere. He has got it all linked up, set up, situated to capture every pivotal moment of this contest. 18-15, Fauski, Steele, Mahunga, Howard, as well as Jack Toyn on the floor for the Sentinels. Greer, Dan Ziesen, as well as Kyle Greer. Asher Hansel on the floor for VC. Jessup worked in the lane, and driving with a purpose is Carson Greer. And they're going to call the foul on the Sentinels on Jack Toyn. That's his first. Going to the line, Carson Greer. And Greer gets the sweet roll. Now with 5 points. And Greer connects on both. Only a 50% free throw shooter, but comes up big there. 20-15. Mahunga on that right side of the perimeter. Steele being checked by Hansel. Howard lets it go. Howard off the mark. Pulled down high and hard by Carson Greer. Works it out to Jessup. Dan Ziesen swings it over. Kyle Greer lets it go. Short, Howard pulls it down. Howard, middle of the floor, swings it out. Jessup with the steal. Jessup open floor, 2-on-1. Dan Ziesen off the glass for the bucket. 22-15. Under 7 minutes left in the second. Mahunga gets tied up, tries to go back door, stolen away by Carson Greer. Worked out to Jessup. Jessup won't be afraid, and Jessup. And the contact goes against KJ Fauski. And you can see just how talented Colby Jessup is. Looked like KJ Fauski had the angle, and somehow Jessup worked the contact. Jessup knocks down the first, already with 7 points in this one. A 21-point score, one of the best in 3A. And that one rolls in and out. Steele Over to Fauski. Mahunga sets up a brief screen. Fauski on that left side. Fauski gets the screen from Steele. Swings it over to Howard. 18 on the shot clock. Mahunga. Head fake. Now he gets tied up. Jack Toyne. Toyne. Little spin move, and Toyne is blocked underneath by Carson Greer. Here comes VC. Kyle Greer almost lost the handle. Swings it over to Bro. Jessup long range. Won't go. Howard. After the good box out by Mahunga. Mahunga on that right side. Kyle Greer picks him up. Fauski. D'd up by Asher Hansel. KJ having to work hard for all his offensive opportunities. Howard, little spin, Howard. And Howard with the sweet move just cannot knock it down. Greer over to Kyle Greer. Dumped down low. Hansel will swing it out. Greer, strong, corner. Shot is up. Won't go. Carson Greer, another rip. Jessup will let it go from top of the key. And Jessup buries it. Colby Jessup now with 10 points, and the lead is 11 for VC. Sentinels in dire need of a basket. Steele with a high screen. Asher Hansel works off of it. Jack Toyne in the elbow. Howard, and Howard will get called for the travel. Checking in, Ashton Reese, as well as Ryan Morris for the Sentinels. And now the Valley Christian youngsters are letting their presence be felt. Greer dumps it down to his brother. Jessup will let it go. And Jessup off the mark. Once again, Jessup coming into this one with 55 threes on the season. Averaging a team high, 21 points. Fauski swings it over. Mahunga will let it go. And Mahunga, release, rotation, bang. 26-18. Dan Ziesen, picked up by Ashton Reese. Carson Greer, Jack Toyne. Swings it out. Kyle Greer, and Kyle Greer not afraid. And VC answers with a three of their own. 29-18. Fauski gets the screen from Reese. Gets tied up. Jack Toyne, elbow. They work it down to Mahunga. Mahunga will pull it out. 19 on the shot clock. Mahunga back to Fauski. Fauski checked immediately by Dan Ziesen. And Mahunga on the deck. And they'll call the foul on Dan Ziesen. And that is his first. Checking in, Damian Howard. Howard showing some good skill moves out of the court. Inbounds, Jessup tried to give it his best to steal it away. Worked back by the Sentinels. Fauski. In a one-on-one battle against Dan Ziesen up the floor. Swings it out to Howard. Howard picked up by Jessup on the wing. Toyne, top of the key. Toyne, aggressive move. Jack Toyne swings it out. Morris. Ashton Reese among the trees. Almost lost the handle. Morris. Damian Howard, head fake. Howard can't get the roll, and Toyne underneath. And they're going to call the foul against Jack Toyne. And I love Jack's aggressiveness. He's out there for a purpose, man. He's not the biggest kid, but he's got a lot of heart the way he plays. He steps off and he goes out there and gives 150%. Dylan Alvarez back in the game. Dylan with a bucket in the first. Winding down to 3 minutes left in the first half. Dan Ziesen inside. Carson Greer, too easy. In fairness, Carson Greer, biggest player on the court. Morris putting on a clinic. And Howard off the glass. Damian Howard up top, 31-20. Carson Greer works it out to Kyle. Back to Carson. Carson down in the block. Size advantage and one. Coach Carter Abey wanted the travel. Not going to get it. As Carson Greer will go for the three-point play. Greer with 10 points. Off to a fast start. 67% free throw shooter. And nails the three-point play. The lead is 13 for VC. Morris swings it out to Howard. Howard down low. Ashton Reese. And Reese draws the contact against Jessup. And they're actually going to call that against Dan Ziesen, and that's his second. Greg Hagsman, the longtime coach, talking to Colby Jessup on that sidelines as Reese does his job at the line. And that's what the Sentinels have to do. They got to capitalize on free throws. In a situation where you're playing a team of Valley Christian's caliber, every opportunity matters. And gotta love the hustle. Didn't go in his favor, but once again, Ryan Morse trying to steal one away off the free throw. Winding down to 2 minutes left in the first half. Kyle Greer, Carson, size advantage, and then some. And a lot of body contact. Looks like the foul's against Reese. Greer with another opportunity at a three-point play. Now with 14 points, 37-21. Fauski still looking for his first basket here in the second. Fauski lets it go. Rolls around the rim. Jessup up the floor. Jessup swings in that corner. Dan Ziesen up to Kyle Greer. Carson Greer puts it on. Inside, and that time they call the offensive against Carson Greer. And that's his second. Timeout on the floor. 2:02 left in the first half. Valley Christian, three-time defending 3A champions. Sentinels on home court. Made it to the playoffs last year, losing in the 4A play-in game against Bradshaw Mountain, 67-65. And now these two squads separated by, call it maybe 5 miles tops. Now we'll battle regularly. Part of the 3A Central region. Along with Globe, Apache Junction, and Florence. Carter Abey and his team looking for some offense. Only 6 points here in the second. They've been outscored 19-6. In fairness, Valley Christian has a lot of height. Devin Morganfield, number 33, now in the ball game. I want to say Devin Morganfield also played in the JV game. Dylan Alvarez back in. Jaden Bean, number 12, also on the floor for Seton. They work it outside. Jaden Bean tries to put it on the deck. Alvarez worked it back to Bean. Bean. And Bean will throw up a circus shot. Won't get it. But they're going to call the foul on Colby Jessup. And that's his first non-shooting. Buck 41. Alvarez. Shot is up. Shot is buried by KJ Fauski. He's got 6, 37-24. Carson Greer. 6'8" senior who can do a lot. He can shoot, can handle the basketball. Pretty talented. He'll get an opportunity from 3. That's off the mark, but that Valley Christian size just working it and coming up big down. And how about Greer with a nice move? And going back up and drawing the contact is Devin Morganfield. Morganfield, 6'4". A junior. Morganfield looking for his first point of the night with 1:06 left. And knocks down the first. Brock Steele back in to bring the physicality. Morganfield. Morganfield off the mark. Pulled down and a battle ensues, and good effort by Ryan Morris to give the Sentinels possession. Winding down to 1 minute left. Ryan Morris tracked down by Maxey. Jaden Bean looked like he was going to set a screen. Fauski sets the screen on the other side. Worked in the corner. Bean puts it on the floor, swings it. Brock Steele, Brock, Jaden Bean, Bean going in. Bean among the trees. Almost loses the handle. Blocked underneath by Dan Ziesen. Now it's Valley Christian with 34 seconds remaining. Call it a 4-second to game clock separation on the time. Dan Ziesen left side. Ashton Reese out on the perimeter. Dan Ziesen works it back to Colby Jessup. Jessup not afraid. In and out. Bean rips it down. Ryan Morris, middle of the floor. Morris lets it go. That's off the mark. 5 seconds left. Jessup looking for the final shot. Jessup swings it in the corner. And that will do it. VC does not get the shot off at the buzzer, but they control the scoreboard and they control this one as well with a 38-24 lead. And Carson Greer with 14 first half points. Colby Jessup with 10. Fauski with 6, Steele with 5. We'll take a short timeout from John J. McMahon Gym. More to come from primetime basketball from the heart of Ray and Dobson Road on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. And we welcome you back to John J. McMahon Gym, closing in on the second half. Under 2 minutes in the intermission. Sentinels down 38-24. On the women's side, the Sentinels led by head coach Karen Self, chasing history. 2 wins away from becoming the all-time winningest coach in Arizona high school history. Down at the half by 8 to Valley Christian. So right now, both Sentinel squads with some work to do. We look at the first period, a back and forth affair. Sentinels strong first period. 18-15, Colby Jessup got off to a quick start with 6 first period points. Brock Steele with 5 for the Sentinels. And then it was VC taking flight, putting up 19 for only 9 for the Sentinels. So now, as we begin the third period, Sentinels need some stops. They also need to be able to hit some shots. They got to be able to get some points in the paint, and it's so tough because Valley Christian just so long, starting with Carson Greer, the senior, who's 6'8", and then you've got Devin Morganfield off the bench, 6'4", Kyle Greer, 6'5". So this Valley Christian team, they can beat you a lot of ways. With length, with their post ability, and of course, their ability to launch it from long range. So back on the floor for VC. Starts with Carson Greer, Jessup, Kyle Greer, Dan Ziesen, as well as Jackson Maxey. KJ Fauski leading the charge with Ryan Morris, Brock Steele, Damian Howard, and Ashton Reese. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from Damian Howard. Putting up almost 7 points a game. Morris works it out to Steele. Steele and KJ Fauski as Maxey fights off a screen. Fauski gets picked up immediately and looks for Damian Howard. And a miscommunication on the pass. And not the good opening possession of the third period the Sentinels were shooting for. Carson Greer, almost like a point forward for this Valley Christian team. Good defense by the Sentinels as Kyle Greer down in the blocks. He's got the size advantage, he's working it. And good defense by Brock Steele as well as Morris. Morris on the right side. Carson Greer right in his face. KJ, pull up, KJ. Can't get the roll. Reese try to come up with it. Steele try to work his way. Now it's Valley Christian. Jessup, Kyle Greer lets it go. Greer too strong. Jessup with the rebound. Dan Ziesen back to Jessup. Jessup, Fauski on him. And a good aggressive move by Jessup. Fauski on the foul. That's his third. And Jessup will go to the line. 3 of 4 on the night. Jessup, 10 points in the first half. And that one is off the mark. Carter Abey right to my right for the Sentinels. Asking for some help on the help side defense. Jessup makes 1 of 2. He's got 11. Morris up the floor. Jessup giving chase. Fauski trying to fight off Dan Ziesen. Steele in the corner, lets it go. Steele trying to track it down. Carson Greer, open floor, 1-on-2. And banked in by Maxey. 41-24. Fauski, Damian Howard on the wing. Maxey tried to go for the steal, knocks it out of bounds. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Sentinels will inbounds right in front of their fan base. Good crowd, good energy in the arena. Howard works it up top. Fauski thought about it for a split second. Carson Greer, that long athletic length. Fauski works it to Damian Howard. Howard, good driving move. Howard gets it to go. Damian Howard, he's got some athleticism. He's got some sizzle and some shake. 41-26. You can see why the young man's getting minutes. He can create his own shot. And the Sentinels need that kind of athletic talent on the floor. Jessup gets tied up by Reese. Jessup swings it out. Kyle Greer. Morris closes in quickly. Worked back out to Jessup. Jessup and Carson Greer. And one. Steele with the foul on the good head fake by Carson Greer.
Have you run the one? Let's go Ohio. You run the one. You run the one. Let's go Ohio.
Greer with a shot at the three-point play. Capitalizes. He's got 17. And the Sentinels throw it away. Dan Ziesen, Greer, Kyle Greer off the mark. Carson Greer tracks it down. He'll let it go from three off the front end. Worked underneath. Jessup can't get it to go. And right now Valley Christian is playing at a higher speed than the Sentinels. Right now the Sentinels, they've got to match the energy that Valley Christian's putting on the floor. Jessup connects. Now has 12 points as Brock Steele checks out. Jack Toyne checking in. And Jessup nails them both. 46-26. VC on an 8-2 run to start the third. Morris up top. VC doing a great job coming out, playing some tight man-to-man defense. Great rotations. Dan Ziesen tight on Fauski. Damian Howard will let it go from the wing. And that'll go over the top of the backboard. Timeout on the floor. Sentinels will talk it over, trailing by 20. We'll take a timeout right here. More to come from John J. McMahon Gym. And we welcome you back to John J. McMahon Gym. Sentinels with an uphill battle, trailing by 20. VC on an 8-2 run to start the third period. And getting contributions big time from Carson Greer and Colby Jessup. Greer getting trapped in the backcourt, works out of it. Kyle Greer gets it back to Carson Greer. Carson baseline, strong move, follows it up, goes back in, and he'll shoot a pair. Carson Greer just bowing up, manning up, and playing with a passion and then some. And Greer at the line. Gets that one to fall. now with 18 points.
Box out! Box out!
It makes it look easy from the charity stripe.
Strong!
Fauski with Dan Ziesen tracking him down. It's Valley Christian team, 3-time defending state champions. 11-3 coming into this one. Coming off an impressive home victory over Globe. Fauski lets it go. Fauski won't connect from deep. Greer rips it down. Big night in the box score for Carson Greer. Double-digit rebounds, double-digit points. Jessup backdoor from Dan Ziesen. He's got 15. Fauski, good move. Jack Toyne tracks it down. 50-26. Sentinels with only one bucket here in the third. Jack Toyne swings it over. Off the mark from Fauski. Pulled by Kyle Greer. Jessup will methodically work it up the floor. Right now, Valley Christian content playing half court. Carson Greer up and in. Just a strong move. He's got the size advantage, and he's got 21. Damian Howard. And the bunnies missed by Jack Toyne underneath. Carson Greer kicks it out to Kyle Greer. Long from three. Damian Howard works it over to Fauski. Fauski. Little runner in the lane. Won't go. Carson Greer with another rip. Asher Hansel back to Carson Greer. Greer gliding and just couldn't connect. Morris, middle of the lane. And that's going to be a blocking foul against Colby Jessup. That's his second. By no means does Valley Christian have anyone in foul trouble, much to the dismay of the Sentinels. Fauski off the inbounds, out to Jack Toyne in the elbow. Also in number 30, Tyler Clow for Valley Christian. Morris long range, Morris in and out. Right now, the cylinder is so tight for the Sentinels. Jessup swings it over to Carson Greer. Carson Greer, little spin move, works it out to Dan Ziesen. Inside touch, and Maxey, strong move. He's got 4 points, 54-26. Morris. Gets tied up. Toyne in the corner. And Fauski can't connect on the elbow. Dan Ziesen, Clow. And Valley Christian beats the Sentinels up the floor. And VC up 30. Fauski swings it out. Knocked away. So right now, as Brock Steele's about to check in, this is a Valley Christian team. If you're watching from the outside and you're wondering what's happening, it's Valley Christian has a load of talent. They have championship pedigree. They've got size, skill, aggressiveness, pedigree, and ambition. Steele inside, the reach in will be called against Kyle Greer. That's his second. Non-shooting. As Mahunga back in the game. Zane knocked down a three in the second period. Sentinels only one bucket here in the third. Body contact as Fauski hits the triple. KJ with 9 points. Only the second basket for the Sentinels here in the third. Jessup guarded by Fauski, rolls off the screen. Maxey swings it over to Kyle Greer. Dan Ziesen Right side, Jessup lets it go. Jessup can't get the roll. Greer trying to get up, Steele and Clow in a battle.
Good job, Brock. Good job, Brock.
Brock Steele working hard.
Good job, Brock.
And they're gonna call the foul against Clow. 56-29. A minute and change left here in the third. So glad he can join us from John J. McMahon Gym. Joe Pequeno on the call, Mahunga on that left side. Jessup. Mahunga tries to give a little bit of a head fake. Try to draw him in. Steele. Shot is up. And that shot is cooked from the outside. KJ Fauski. 4 threes on the night. On the other end, Jessup getting tied up. Works it to Greer. 20 in the shot clock. Dan Ziesen in a battle with Bean. And Bean will get called for the foul.
That's soft as fuck. 5-3.
It's Jaden's first.
So soft.
25 and change left.
Hey, box out. Who's got pitch?
Valley Christian in the bonus. Dan Ziesen misses on the first.
The ball doesn't lie.
Carson Greer and Asher Hansel come back in.
Box out. Who's got pitch? Who's got shooter?
Sentinels will play for the final shot if they can secure the rebound. Dan Ziesen misses both.
Let's go. Double.
16 seconds remaining as Bean almost loses the handle. Mahunga tracks it down. Mahunga, Bean among the trees, blocked underneath. Worked on the other side. Hansel, Jessup, and one. BC closing the third with a fury.
Is that not the same?
Jessup now with 17 points. Looking for the three-point play. And connects. Last second shot time for the Sentinels, and that is off the mark. And after three, it's all Valley Christian, 57-32. And once again, BC, a big third period, outscoring the Sentinels 19-8, following up a second period which they outscored the Sentinels 19-9. Short timeout, more coming up from John J. McMahon Gym. Fourth and final frame here from John J. McMahon Gym. Happy Friday to all of you out there. Sentinels trailing, three-time defending champs. 59-32 starting the fourth. Sentinels playing hard, just outmatched in this one. Kyle Greer off the back of the iron. Carson Greer's spin move, up and in. Carson Greer showing the skill set and then some. He's got 27. Fauski trying to direct traffic, and the Sentinels trying to build on what they can in this final frame for games moving forward. Steele can't connect. Jessup swings it out. Kyle Greer transition. Kyle Greer up and in. Greer strong. Morris on the other end. Hansel checks him out. Shot is up from the outside. Fauski, another three. He's got 15. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. Under 7 minutes left in this one. Valley Christian locked, stocked, and barreled in control. Loose ball underneath, and Ryan Morris with the hustle underneath. This one's all about learning for the Sentinels. Valley Christian. Fauski works it to Damian Howard. Mahunga gets tied up. Swings it over to Ashton Reese. Reese guided by Kyle Greer. Swung in the corner. Damian Howard lets it go. Won't go. Mahunga battles hard. Ashton Reese underneath. And Reese with a strong putback. And that's what the Sentinels need to do, is learn from this and build, and continuing to learn against a top caliber team. Foul's gonna be on Mahunga, his first. 5:46 left. Swung in the corner, Jessup dumps it down, and Carson Greer gets loose. Greer's got either 25 or 27. Howard swings it to Mahunga, let it go from three. Off the rim. And Jessup will take his time rolling it up the floor. Greer swings in the corner. Kyle Greer lets it go. The ball movement by Valley Christian is just off the charts. Jessup too strong off the back end. Dan Ziesen's there. Kyle Greer, Jessup. Kyle Greer will let it go from three. That won't go. Fauski swings it over to Howard. And Howard's blocked underneath by Kyle Greer, and Howard will shoot a pair. That's his third. Good, strong, aggressive move by Damian Howard. Checking in, Diego Lindsay, as well as Connor Rideout. That one rolls in for Damian Howard. He's got 5. And right now it's a running clock situation. 30 points or more. So right now, Coach Carter Abey is going to give his youngsters an opportunity to clear it. He's bringing some youngsters in off the bench. Benny Delatorre in. Number 1, Connor Rideout. Diego Lenzi. And that's banked in by Kyle Greer. Now, here's the thing. You're Valley Christian. You're up by, I don't know, 28 points. And you still got your first team in. That says it all right there. Work that right side. In the corner. And how about the basket underneath? By Diego Lenzi. Carson Greer fires up the 3. He's got 28. Now it looks like we got a timeout on the floor. And Valley Christian finally going to their bench with 2:48 left in the fourth. But they'll keep Jessup and Maxey on the floor with Devin Morganfield, Clow, and Siler Jessup. They work it up top. Oliver Young seeing some PT. Young dumps it down low. And drawing the contact is Lenzi. And Lenzi.
It's 30. 30 is a running clock. It's not 30.
And Lenzi will
Clock running.
go to the line.
Why is the clock running? That's fine. Sir, why is the clock running? It's not 30.
And Lenzi, much to the delight of his classmates, knocks down the first. And Lenzi makes 1 of 2. On the other end, Maxey inside, Morganfield. And Morganfield will shoot a pair. So this Valley Christian team will improve to 12-3, 2-0 in the 3A Central. They head to Coolidge on Tuesday before hosting Thatcher on Thursday. For the Sentinels, as we peruse their schedule, they'll drop to 10-10, 0-2 in the region. And they head to Apache Junction on Tuesday with a matchup against Globe on Friday. Transition for VC. Put back won't go. Sentinels clean it up. Good work by Benny Delatorre. Diego Lenzi loses the handle. Delatorre's there, swings it out in the corner. Oliver Young worked in the corner. Good ball movement by the Sentinels in the final seconds. And how about Diego Lenzi with some good minutes here in the fourth. Diego, 6 fourth quarter points. And that's going to do it. Sentinels drop this one 72-45. Tight first period. only trailed by 3 after the first 18-15, but then VC outscored the Sentinels 19-9 in the third, 19-8 in the, make that 19-9 in the second, 19-8 in the third for the 72-45 victory. High scores for Sentinels. KJ Fauski with 15 points. Damian Howard with 6. On the other side, Jessup with 18 points. And Carson Greer, call it 28 points. Valley Christian now 12-3, 2-0 in league. Sentinels 0-2, now 10-10 on the year. We appreciate you dialing us up on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Paul Hutchison doing his due diligence on the live stream. Great atmosphere here on the campus of Seton Catholic. Once again, the final. Sentinels drop one to the defending 3A champions, 72-45. Everyone have a great weekend. I'm Joe Pequeno. Have a great night.